And the meek shall inherit the earth. Hi, this is Lawrence with another video on all the goings on of this current age that we're in. And so one thing that came to me is one of my favorite bands, Rush. I was watching a video the other day online about some of these crazy conspiracy theories that are out there, and one of these videos was on the band Rush, and there was a whole set of theories on what Rush was doing and blah blah blah. So one thing I wanted to talk about is I had noted this way before 2012 when we had moved into the age of Aquarius. So I started keeping my eye on the band Rush and all the meanings of their albums and such. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of this information with you. I think it would be very eye-opening, which is just another metaphor for what's going on as well. Anyway, so the band Rush in 2013 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that was after years and years of cranking out high-quality albums, having a very faithful fan following. I guess they're voted, or they are the third biggest studio band of all time, behind the Rolling Stones and the Beatles or something like that. They are not. Everything they've done is no small task. So a couple years back, I threw my back out, and I began to have really serious health issues. And around 2011, I think it was the summer of 2011, after seeing many hours of conspiracy theory videos and such, my health had taken a nosedive for the worst, and I just really began struggling with all health issues. One of the problems I was having was my neck was just absolutely trashed. It was a mess and extreme pain. I was going to the doctors. I was getting x-rays on my neck. And at the same time, I'm checking out all these concepts from Rush. And one of the concepts from Rush was the Temple of Syrinx. So I began to wonder, what is a Syrinx? What is a Syrinx? Well, it turns out that a Syrinx is found. The first thing that came up in my search was their Syrinx is not in the human body; it's in a bird's body. So I think it's a pocket that's made so they can chirp and sing and make the noises that birds make, something to that effect. So then I said, well, it can't be in the human body, so I guess I don't have a Syrinx. I don't have this cavity in my neck. But then I ran a search on Syrinx in the human body, and sure enough, you can see that if you have a specific back injury, you can it would create a Syrinx in your neck or in your throat, basically down the area of your spine, your neck, your throat, all that good stuff. So I thought I had cracked some kind of code, but it really didn't mean a whole lot to me. When I looked at my x-rays, that I didn't have that particular problem. So fast forward a couple days ago, I began to look at the word syringe. And it just seemed to me like because what will happen is you collect pieces, and then all of a sudden the pieces kind of all fit together, and you get the bigger picture, and now you've solved it because you've been putting in all the time to collect the pieces. So anyway, I saw the something about a syringe, or maybe I was watching people getting immunized, and I began looking into the word syringe. So it turns out that the word syringe originated from the word syrinx. So what is a syringe other than a hollow tube that you fill with whatever, and then you inject it into a person? Then you look up the word inoculation, and it talks about injecting a foreign body that I believe is alive, I'm not sure, like a culture, into a human body to either get them sick or to create some kind of a chemical reaction that would lead to their getting better something to that effect. Specifics aren't super important, but so it began just really putting the all the puzzle pieces together. So here's one of the lyrics to 2112. And in particularly the song Temple of Syrinx. It's only if my computer will let me go ahead and move this up and down. Okay, so it says, we've taken care of everything. The words you read, the songs you sing, the pictures that give pleasure to your eyes. It's one for all and all for one. We work together, common sons, never need to wonder how or why. We are the priests of the Temple of Syrinx. Our great computers fill the hollow halls, We are the priests of the Temple of Syrinx. All the gifts of life are held within our walls. So, are all the gifts of life held within the walls of a syringe? Right, so we're talking about, here we are in 2016. We've heard for years that they have nanotechnology, and anything that they tell you about now has probably been around for 50 years. So to understand what I'm talking about, you can't come from it from an angle from, okay, you got the government who's a little bit smarter than us and they figured out how to control us and they're giving inoculations, blah, blah, blah. It's more like the government's been put together by someone far, far, far superior in intelligence than we are, way ahead of the game. And these nanobots could probably be around for hundreds, thousands, millions of years. We don't know, because the history of the world is absolutely fabricated to tell us a story that they want to tell us at a certain time. And now history is unraveling itself slowly but surely. The disclosure's happening about what this is really all about, right? So could it be that the temples of Syrinx are syringes? And if you know anything about all these conspiracy theories, you also probably know that there's many layers to them. So it's not only the syringe that is Syrinx. So when they talk about Syrinx, the temples of Syrinx, they're actually referring back to the story of Pan and the nymphs. There's a particular nymph named Syrinx, and I don't pretend to be an expert in this subject, but so Pan would be this horned, hairy beast, half man, half animal. His legs are backwards like a deer, so he is definitely half animal, half man. And the horns are there probably to, I don't know, horny. I don't know what the horns represent. But he's a musician, right? He's passionate. He's a musician. He has a pan flute. Well, the pan flute is made from these reeds that are syrinx. They're syrinx. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, they're called the syrinx, named after that particular nymph, which is Syrinx. And so if you look at a pan flute, they're cut at a particular angle. So they're cut at a diagonal. You look at that, it looks exactly like a syringe. It looks like the needle on a syringe. So you see how this is all put together. This isn't just this conspiracy theory that's unfolding that we found out about of 200 years of repression. It's not what it's about. It's about from day one of human civilization. This has been planned from day one to this very moment in time. So if you're thinking strong human beings, smart human beings in charge of us, I think your mind needs to go to a different place and say, wow, ascended human beings, aka angels, aka superhuman beings, aka Big Brother, whatever you want to call it, gods, you call them Greek gods, are running the show. they're now just disclosing to us what it all means. Where are we going with this? Well, if they truly are big brothers do a couple things. They beat you up a little bit. They roust on you. They haze you, right? So you got all these colleges, these fraternities that haze you so you could be part of the team, it seems like we're going through a hazing right now. It seems like we're moving from point A to point B, and along the way there's some horror show, there's some scariness, there's a whole lot of mystery, there's a whole lot of storytelling, and that's so you need to get to the bottom of things. You need to seek the treasure, and you'll probably get beat up a little bit on the way as you would in a hazing. So the whole fraternity thing about skull and crossbones, secret societies that everyone's absolutely shaking in their shoes about could be just a good hazing that they're putting us through. Who knows? Anyway, for this particular subject, the Temples of Syrinx, I wanted to point out the logo from the 2112 album, where you have this naked, exposed man putting his hands up, and he's being opposed by the Federation. The Federation is coming to get him, I guess, the giant star. Well, even if you look at his back muscles, the way that they're lit up, the lighting on the back muscles, if you imagine a side profile of a pan type entity, or I guess you could call it Satan, because Satan has horns too, right? Or what you would see is, as you're looking at it, he's staring off to the right. As the shadow goes up his arm, that's his horn. So if you look at it that way, I think you'll begin to see this embedded image that's in these in that logo. So it's funny. You begin to talk about it, you begin to think about it, and the puzzle pieces come together, and you see the bigger picture. So why did they name the band Rush? Because it's a rush when you go from 6 to 7, when you become ascended, when your pineal gland opens up for the first time, and all the secrets of the universe begin to get revealed to you. That would be quite a rush, wouldn't it? And that'd be amazing, right? So that's the beast, the pan, us, animals, compared to Big Brother, who are angels. Which is why, I think it was the year 2012, they released Clockwork Angels. And it's about UFOs, and it's about things flying overhead in the cities, and it's about the red imagery on the album also, as red means hidden truth exposed. It means bloodline. It means the red pill from the Matrix, right? So you get where I'm going with this. It's pretty amazing. All this stuff has been embedded in all this stuff throughout the years. We're just enjoying the music. It's deep. It's abstract. We don't have a care in the world. Why should we care? But we love. But the reason why I'm even putting this video together, it's all the Rush fans who are more cerebral about things. They're passionate, right-brain people, but they're also dabbling with the left brain of how. Let's listen to more deeper music than three-chord wonders talking about school and fool. It's these crazy little simple rhymes for rock and roll, and then you got Rush with all this cerebral, deep stuff. Well, this is what it's about. It's to get us to think, because we're about to become empowered to do the most amazing thinking that mankind has ever done or is capable of doing. So anyway, that's my my little rant. Hopefully that makes some sense to you. I urge you to take a look at all the symbology and all the albums. I think you'll come to the same conclusion that these are just not, okay, what's this album going to be about? Oh no, that's pretty abstract. Let's do it. It's all very purposeful. It's all very focused, but it's also very hidden. So as the song goes, we are the priests of the temples of Syrinx. All the gifts of life are held within our halls. So this is Lawrence. I hope you found this enlightening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.